Well, let's lengthen the adductors. You may have done some SMR work with one of our foam rolling videos to inhibit and create some shear lengthening forces in the adductors, but now we're going to use various stretching techniques to get even more length in the adductors. So Callie's in our starting position here, lying face down with our leg cocked up out to the side, kind of like you did as a baby as you were learning some of your crawling positions. And right here, you may already feel a little bit of a stretch in the adductors. We're talking about Callie's left adductors here. But let's just amp up the stretch just a little bit. So I'm going to encourage you to hang out in this position for 30 seconds to a minute before you start this next phase. But in order to create even more stretch, let's add some reciprocal inhibition by firing the opposite muscles. So we could do that by keeping our knee glued to the ground and lifting our ankle toward the ceiling, creating some internal rotation. And you might repeat that several times. As with any of our work, breathing is essential. And we're not going to get into the details of how to alter your breathing or use it to your benefit in this video, but just breathe. Okay, and then you could also glue your ankle or heel to the ground and lift your knee. You might find this a little harder. You could play around with the configuration of your leg. So in other words, you could have less extension or more extension and play around with, okay, where am I able to like lift my knee off the ground? And then the third reciprocal inhibition progression would be to lift the entire lower leg off the ground. So you'll feel a lot of work in the glutes, glute med. Be sure to keep that breath going. Good. All right, so now let's use some autogenic inhibition. So I want you to press the knee into the ground on the side that you're working, and at the same time, twist and open your chest toward the knee, reaching the hand toward the ceiling, but keep that pressure going into the knee, and then return to your starting position and relax. And then press the knee into the ground and rotate. And then come back to your starting position. And you could repeat that 5-6 times. We won't on this video for time's sake. And the third thing we could do is work with the way the nerves come down into the adductors out of the femoral triangle. You could get nervy with this stretch or create some stretch in the nerves by just simply anteriorly and posteriorly tilting the pelvis while you're in this position. Nothing technical, nothing too extreme. Just working with your hips as if they were wheels, and you could roll the wheels forward and backwards. Okay, and that's a good way to get some length in the adductors or the medial side of the thigh. Of course, repeat that on the other side. Before you do that, it's a good idea to get into a position where you can compare the sides, use your awareness to see what's more open